Yes.
Yes. Anyone has an idea about these countries? Can you see the screen share?
No.
No, not anymore.
Okay, let's start back again. Eastern Europe include 10 countries in the north and 11 in the Balkan Peninsula. Also, we have Russia, which is a huge country that extends through 11 time zones in Europe and Asia. Okay, Western Russia is part that lies within Europe and Asia. If you can see from the map, you'll find out that we have these 11 countries and also the other 10 countries. Okay. As you know that Western Europe and Eastern Russia rests mostly on a group of plains. So this is the physical feature or the physical nature of this countries. They are resting on group of plains. The largest one is the Russian plain, which is begin in Belarus and Ukraine and stretches east about 1,000 miles. Then it rises to form the central Russian upland, which give us a huge chance in order to define the upland. What's meant by upland? From the word, you can find out that upland means the high land away from the coast of a country. So what's meant by upland? It is a high land away from the coast of a country. Although it's a very high land, but it's away from the coast. To the east are the Ural Mountains. Also beyond that is the West Siberian Plain. So now we have many plains. We have the Russian plain, we have the Siberian plain. Also the Northern European plain, which includes Poland and extends into parts of Western Europe, which give us the third plain is the European plain. South of the Hungarian plain, which include parts of many countries. So as you can see now, we have many plains that we have Western Europe and Eastern Russia rests on vast or many plains. The Transylvanian Basin is in Romania, and much of the Ukraine is steppe or vast level areas of land that support only low-growing vegetation like grass. So now we know that at the beginning, we know that we have 10 countries in the north, 11 in the Balkan Peninsula. Most of the region lies on many plains, and we have mentioned several plains. We have the Hungarian plain, the Russian plain, the Northern European plain, and we have the Siberian plain. Also, we said that much of Ukraine is steppe or vast level areas that support only low-growing vegetation. Now, let's talk about the other landform of this region. South of the Russian plain are the Greater and the Lesser Caucasus Mountains. So we have two mountain chains. We have the Greater and the Lesser Caucasus Mountains. These two mountain chains extend from the northwest to the southeast, with a valley between them. So what are the two mountain chains? We have the Greater and the Lesser Caucasus Mountains, which has a valley between them. We also have the Ural Mountains, which form boundary between Europe and Asia, east of the Russian plain. The Ural Mountains are up to 25 million years old, and the northern Urals are covered in forests and some glaciers, and grassland, which covers the southern Urals. So again, what types of landform are we talking about in this region? At the beginning, we are talking about the mountains. How many mountain chains do we have?
Plains and valleys.
Yes, we have the Greater and the Lesser Caucasus, which has valley between them. And also we have the other mountain chain, which is?
Ural Mountain.
Ural Mountains. Thank you very much.
Urals.
Urals Mountains. Yes, thank you very much. Also, we have the Carpathian Mountains, which extend eastward from the Alps, which has the Vienna Basin. So there is a question here that we have two basins which are part of geography of the region. What are they? What are the two basins that we have in this region? Anyone can tell me?
I know one.
Yes, tell me, huh?
The Transylvanian Basin.
Thank you very much. And the second one is?
I don't know the second one.
Okay, the second one is the Vienna Basin. So we have two basins in the area. We have the Transylvanian Basin and we have the Vienna Basin, which the Vienna Basin separate between two ranges. The Carpathians, which run through the Northern and the Balkan Peninsula, and also they are linked to the Balkan Mountains. So most of the region is so mountainous that human settlements are isolated. And this isolation has results in culture diversity. It's also a source of conflict among the ethnic group. So, because of the nature of this area, the area of the Vienna Basin, it has many or two ranges of mountains, which made the area very isolated. If we are isolated in an area, we will be close, we have our close culture. So we won't have mixed cultures with other countries, which has results in isolation and also results in conflict among the ethnic groups. So there is a question here. What helped to lead, or this it actually is called Balkanization. What helped to lead the Balkanization of the Balkan Peninsula? What is the reason behind Balkanization? Because of the physical feature or the physical nature of this region, this is have helped the Balkanization. Why? Why there is Balkanization there? Anyone can answer? Please raise hands. Who can tell me why there is Balkanization there in this area? Or do I have to re-explain it again? Yes, Mihad.
because they have close culture.
Why do they have close culture? Because of the physical feature of this area. Because we have the Carpathian Mountains, which extend eastward from the Alps, the Vienna Basin, which separate the two ranges, which has made this area or this region so mountainous. Because of the mountain, the human settlement are isolated. So balkanization has happened because of the mountain nature of this area. This area is originally has many mountains inside, which has made it isolated, or the settlements are isolating, which has culture diversity. It's also source of conflict among the ethnic group, and this region is known as the Balkanization. Who can repeat the answer, please? What has led us to Balkanization? Yes, Hannah?
Because the region have too many mountains, it is mountainous.
Yes.
So this affected that they are isolated, and the isolation resulted in culture diversity among the people and a source of conflict.
Thank you very much. Okay, now let's, as we have finished talking about the mountain ranges, let's talk about the bodies of water, especially the seas. We have also the Baltic Sea in the northwest of Russia and Eastern Europe. Baltic Sea actually is very shallow and it is brackish or very salty. Okay, we have also the Aegean Sea and the Black Sea, which surround the Balkan Peninsula. The Black Sea actually plays a very important role or very strategic role in the region. Why it plays this role? Because the sea or the Black Sea separate Turkey from Ukraine, and it is also borders, or it also borders the southern coast of Ukraine. So why we consider the Black Sea very strategic to the region? Because of two reasons. The first one, because it borders the southern coast of Ukraine and southwestern Russia. The second one, it separates Turkey and Ukraine. At the most southern point is the Caspian Sea. It is the world's largest inland body of water. So as you can see here, we have variety of seas inside the region. We have the Baltic Sea, which is very shallow and brackish. Brackish means very salty. Okay, and we have also the Adriatic Sea, the Ionian Sea, and the Black Sea. Okay, And we said that the Black Sea has been playing a very strategic role in the region because at the beginning it also separates Turkey from Ukraine and it borders southern coast of Ukraine. Who can give me a piece of information about the seas, which are the bodies of water inside the area? Let's talk about the seas at the beginning. Who can tell me about the seas in the area, please? Raise hands. Yes, Johanna?
First of all, the Baltic Sea.
Yes.
The Baltic Sea lies northwest of Russia and Eastern Europe, and it is brackish,
Yes.
which means it is so salty.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the Adriatic and Ionian and Black
Yes,
Sea.
Adriatic, Ionian, and the
Black Sea. The Black Sea played two roles.
Yes.
It borders the southern coast of Ukraine and southern western Russia, and it separates Turkey from Ukraine.
Yes. Thank you,
And
Hannah.
there is also the Caspian Sea. It is the world's largest inland body water.
Thank you very much, Johanna. Thank you. This is all about the seas or about the rivers. Okay, sorry, about the seas, sorry. Also, the area is very rich with rivers, canals, lakes, and reservoirs. In Eastern Europe and Western Russia, most of them, as any river at any area, will be used for transportation for both passengers and goods. They are also used for creating electricity. So these two reasons are very fixed. If I ask you why the rivers are important at any country, you will tell me these two reasons. They are considered very important way in transportation, and at the same time, they are considered very good way to create electricity because of the hydroelectric power. So also, like any region, Russia, Eastern Europe, and Western Russia has its share from the rivers. You can find at page 147 in your practice book, you'll find a table which has all the rivers with their location and their uses. I want you to memorize this table. You will
بس هو
find.
السكرين شير أصلا مش شغال، هو ثابت على نفس أول سلايد بس.
Okay, you can open page 147 in your practice book.
تمام.
You'll find many rivers. You'll find the Volga River, the Dnieper River, the Dniester River, and the Danube River. Danube River is also part of Western Europe, most important rivers. You'll find their location because here you can find a question which compare between the rivers of Eastern Europe and Russia. If I am comparing between the rivers, you will write the name of the river, the location, and the use. The location of the Volga River is in Russia, and it is used to freight and passenger traffic hydroelectric power. Freight means goods and passenger traffic, and also طبعا at the same time for hydroelectric power. You'll find that most of the rivers are used for these reasons, while transporting passengers and goods, and at the same time for hydroelectric power, except for the last one, which is the Danube, has other uses, which is fishing and irrigation. Okay, so this table is very important. I want you to highlight it because it will come in the form of comparison to compare between the rivers of Eastern Europe and the Western Russia. And at the same time, you're going to be mentioning the river name, the location, and the uses. So before I go further, who can tell me what are the common uses of rivers? Who can tell me the common uses of rivers? Very easy question. Who can tell me?
I can.
Yes, Yajana, go ahead.
Hydroelectric power.
Yes.
And food or fishing.
Fishing, irrigation.
And water and farming as irrigation.
Yes. And also to transport people and goods.
Yes, and transportation.
Yes. Let's move back to the climate. How does the climate affect plants? How are they are grown and they are harvested in Eastern Europe and Western Russia? You'll find that we have several types of climate which are found because we have many diverse in the physical features. You'll find rivers, you'll find seas, you'll find also many mountains. This will affect the climate, of course. Now, what you expect? What kind of climate you'll find in the region? Who can tell me what you expect? What kind of climate you'll find there? Who can try to guess? Adham.
Yes, Miss, what is the question? Tell me,
The
Miss.
question is about the climate, ya Adham. What do you expect the climate will be like in this region?
I expect it يعني to be cold
Because we have
winds that come from, wait a second.
who can add more? Bamika?
Yes, I expect it to be cold because it is upland, and the higher you go, the colder it is.
Okay. So we have actually several types. Thank you, Bamika. We have several types of climate which are found in Eastern Europe and Western Russia. Much of the region actually has a very humid continental climate. Or actually they have mild or warm summers and long cold winters. So we have two types of climate actually. We have the humid continental climate, which has warm summer and long cold winter in places such as Siberia, Bulgaria. But we have also summers are hotter and winters are similar to those farther north. Also in Albania and Macedonia, we have more Mediterranean climate. Summers are hot and dry, and winters are mild and cool and rainy. So at the beginning, we have humid continental climate. We have also the Mediterranean climate. And about Russia, Russia's far in the north have subarctic climate. Winters are very, very cold, with temperature as low as like 40 Fahrenheit, and summers are short and also cool. Although temperatures can reach around 86 Fahrenheit or yani like 30 further north in Novia. This is an archipelago consisting of two large islands and several small islands. The climate is polar and large part of it is covered in ice. So we have two different types of climate. We have the humid continental climate, which is originally in Europe. We have also the Mediterranean climate, and we have the subarctic climate in Russia. So these are three different climates. Who can tell me again about the climate? Yes, Hannah?
There is the subarctic climate.
This is in Russia. Okay.
And then, yes, and there is the humid continental climate. It is in Albania and Siberia.
Yes.
And there is the Mediterranean climate.
And there is the Mediterranean climate, yes. Okay. So actually, we also said that we have something called archipelago. Who can tell me what's meant by archipelago? Who can tell me what's meant by archipelago? Yes? Yes, Uta?
Group of islands.
Uta?
Group of islands.
Yes, a group of islands. We have, in this area, we have an archipelago of Novia Zemblia. What's meant by this or why it is very important there? It's very important because it consists of two large islands and several small islands. The climate there is polar and large part of it is covered in ice. Also, they have fishers inhabit the southern islands. Okay, so this area is very important. But let's talk about the natural resources in there. What do you think, or what kind of natural resources you can find there because of the nature of Russia? Yes, Yauta.
Oil, natural gas, and coal.
Hmm. Also, it is, does it consider a part of
It
agriculture
has
land?
lots of deposit of iron ore.
Also, is it available there to have farming or not?
Not much because of the cold winters.
Maybe in Russia. What about Europe? As we studied already, Western Europe.
In Europe, yes, because of the many rivers and fertile soil.
Yes, they have fertile soil actually around the rivers, and it can be good area for agriculture. But in Russia, it's a little bit, cold. But it's actually you'll find many resources there. It's considered coal and oil, natural gas reserve, especially in Siberia. Also, you'll find Poland's mineral resource include aluminium, coal, copper, lead, zinc, and sulfur. Romania also has a very rich coal deposits and oil in the Black Sea. So Black Sea is considered also a oil and gas reserve. Also, you can find the hydroelectric and the thermal power plants, which provide energy for the area. There are also copper and bauxite, the raw materials for the aluminium. Russia's is very famous with fishing. Russia's fishing industry is very important to the country's economy. Many of Russia's lakes and rivers are used for freshwater fishing. Also in Romania, you'll find the fishing industry is concentrated in the southern part of the country, and the Danube River supplies most fish. So there are a variety of resources there between minerals, coal, oil reserve. You'll find agriculture in some areas, and also you'll find fisheries. Okay, this is all about this lesson. It's very summarized. I will upload the PowerPoint. Also, I will upload the worksheet, the homework worksheet. Tomorrow I'll start the session. If we no, don't have session tomorrow. After tomorrow, I'll start the session by revising the last part of this lesson, and I will start the history lesson. Do you have any questions about the
Miss, can you
project?
please upload? No, Miss, can you please upload the PowerPoint of lesson 3?
The live, it's not uploaded yet.
No.
Okay, I will check.
Okay.
I will upload it. About the project, do not forget to check the project file on the SMS, refer to it, and start because the deadline is next week. Late homeworks, this is the last chance for your late homeworks, okay? Yeah. Ask me about any questions if you have. You can send me your questions. Yeah, see you next time, inshallah.